Alright guys, you know what time it is? It's time for the whiteboard session, and today we're going to be talking about, are you the reason that you can't get out of that bad habit? Let's have a look. So, today, as I said, we're looking at, are you the reason why you can't get out of your own bad habit? Is it something that you're doing that's feeding that that thing you want to get rid of, whether it's an unhealthy diet, not eating enough, not going to the gym enough, drinking too much, drugs, whatever it is. Now, obviously, there's certain steps with addiction, but we're just talking about what can you do, maybe there's a mental process you're associating with something that's making you redo it time and time again. So today, kick the ball, don't worry about it. We're talking about the association, okay? The association of your problem. Now, I remember for me, one of my problems has always been, it was drinking a few years ago. Fast food, man. Fast food gets me, and you could be the same with cake, you could be the same with too much cheese, you could be this, and not never me, I don't like cheese. You could be the same with anything, right? The problem is, with fast food, donuts, takeaway, not going to the gym, comfort of staying in, going out drinking, doing drugs, whatever your forte is that you're trying to get rid of, even negatively contacting the bad people in your life. The problem is, when you think about this problem, whatever it is, I'm going to stick to like simple stuff, donuts, cakes, stuff like that, because diets, because we're doing Fitness February, and not only that's coming out next month obviously, but on top of that, it's relatable to everything, to alcohol, to everything. So I love a good donut, mate. This is, get the sprinkles on it. Sprinkles on an iced topping donut. We got to make it look like a donut, haven't we? Oh yeah, look at that. Prestige, should have gone to art school. The problem is, with the donut, with the takeaway, with the addiction, with the thing you're trying to get rid of, the habit, the bad habit. As soon as you think about this thing that you want, I want to go out drinking because it's fun, I want a takeaway because it's easy, it's simple, I don't actually have to order anything, you associate that with a passion straight away. Like, oh, I get to be lazy because the takeaway is delivered to me, I don't have to make anything. I get to sit down and chill out and have a lie in, even though I don't really want to do that. Today, that just feels too good, that impulse, that passion, that temptation of something is built around, there's a reward from it. The moment this changes from something that you're consistently doing, that the problem loops, because what you do is you go, if you can see the board here, you go problem. As soon as you've got the problem, you go, oh, start thinking about it, especially with addiction, blah, blah, blah. I shouldn't do that. Shouldn't do it. That's what you're thinking. And then, through this little process here, you'll actually think of the passion. You'll think of the reward. And you'll think, oh yeah, great, I get to sleep in, I get to have this, that sugar rush, that, I don't have to make food tonight, I don't have to do something I don't want to do. What will actually happen is you'll reward yourself in your mind first, and then because of that, that impulse that you have, that drives this impulse, that's what we're going to call this, like an impulse leg, back up until you take action on it. And now you've took action on it, you're back to this thing of, oh, I shouldn't do that next time. So this is where we're looking to interrupt it. You've thought about it, okay? Now what happens if, when you think about it and you go, I shouldn't do that, or I mustn't do that, it's a better language, use of language for it, I mustn't do that. What happened if this point, instead of going this way, for this reward, this, oh yeah, I like that, if instead that, came down, but peered off on its own, and instead you started looking at the risk or the pain of it. So now what happens is, you go, there's this habit I've got, I shouldn't do it, I mustn't do it. If I do, and I always say don't think negatively, but this is a case where you should, because it's saying I'm associating pain now, you want to associate more pain to this problem. So you're looking at this problem, you're saying, right, the pain's there, I'm no longer thinking about the reward because of this pain. I'm thinking, yeah, I shouldn't do it, why shouldn't I do it? Because of A, B, C, all these different reasons here. Then what you do is you've reaffirmed that, you've said, yeah, I shouldn't do it. You decide not, it's like the opposite of what I tell you to do, not to implement. you decide to make a choice to not reach temptation. So you get rid of your temptation, and instead you need, at this point, actually it's pretty important, you need to not only reward yourself in a way where, you know, oh, I'm not doing it, that's a bit of a reward, but reward yourself in another way. You got to feel good, you know, you tick it off a list, I did well today, give yourself a star. A client of mine was talking the other day actually about an issue she has and she's trying to overcome, and that's why I've come up with this one today, is something she did was incredible when I was talking to her. And she said, I'm trying to get over this thing, I don't want to do it anymore. So every time I don't do it, when I'm thinking of I should be doing it, I put myself a £5 in a pot. So every time she's done it so far, she's put a £5 in every single time. Not only is that building a reward system for her, making her feel good about not choosing it, she's still associating pain with it, so much pain that she doesn't want to do it. So now she's taking the right steps, and then what you'll find is, as that goes on, instead of linking back to here, where you start thinking about it, every time that new thought comes up, it just goes straight to, nope, pain, don't want to do that anymore, that's not who I want to be. You have to associate more pain with that habit than any of the pleasure, and with that, create a reward system that isn't about this thing you're trying to get rid of. It has to be a different kind of reward that you enjoy, the £5 here and there, you know, maybe it's another rest, another day or something if you don't go to the gym. You go to the gym every day, but maybe you allow yourself another 5 minutes at night sometimes, something like that. You employ a new reward system, and now, because of a new pain and a new pleasure, it will trick your mind to no longer associate pleasure with that bad habit. So when you think about it, all you get is, I don't feel good about doing this anymore. I don't want to do it anymore. I've got a reason not to do it anymore. I know why I shouldn't do it anymore. And if I don't do it, I get this. And I get bragging rights to all my mates who said I couldn't do it. Instead of going, for example, drinking. Oh yeah, I drink a lot because when I'm bored, I associate that with fun. You know, like getting drunk and being woo wild and whatever. Instead, you're associating that with, you know, drama, you're associating it with spending money, you're associating it with ill health, you're associating it with a hangover, you're associating it with, you know, making a fool out of yourself. All these different associations, oh, getting a call. All these different associations come through, and now you suddenly wean yourself off it. So that process again we've built now, we've got thought, risk, this is what I don't want to do. No longer why I shouldn't or whatever, this is I know I shouldn't because if I do this, so much pain. Goes straight into, okay, I'm not going to do it, if I don't do it I get this reward, belting, and then it comes back round, that's me done, like I don't want to do it anymore. The problem is your association of what you want, you could be getting in the way of yourself, and you've got to line yourself like in a straightforward pathway of how to actually fix your problems. You can't just assume that you think you're right all the time, because your mind knows you better than you know yourself, and it will try different little tricks to get you to keep in your old habits because it's used to your old habits. Your brain might associate them old habits with keeping you safe, and because of that it doesn't want to change them, but you've always got to be changing, growing, adapting, and getting to a new level and getting to a better self where you feel better about yourself. Especially if you're watching this, there's probably a reason why you're not confident. So, associate negative things with the thing you're trying to get rid of, and write down every single one that you're thinking, oh yeah, I like to have takeaway because it's quick, I like to drink because it's fun, I like to do whatever the thing is, I like to not go to the gym because I'm lazy and I like to sit down watching TV. Start a list of, this is what I actually believe about it, these are the passions I've got, the reason why I keep doing it. Be very honest with yourself. These are the passions I've got. Next to it, write down the pains, like what that actually does, what is the problem, and just start going, okay, that's my passion, that's the pain, I know I have to change it because this is why, this is the main thing. That makes sense? Right, just a short one today, guys. Keep helping, keep growing, keep being yourself. What are your new habits? Like, I'd love to see your comments, love to see your messaging like below. What are your new habits you're trying to create for this new year? Because I guarantee I can get you a strategy to get, if not there exactly, a lot closer, and we can find an actual scientific way of creating these habits for you to implement them. So no longer it's not willpower anymore, it's this is happening, this is destiny. Like, we'll make it so simple, so easy to follow, so natural, but in a way where you're adapting and you're changing. That's what we can try and do this year for you. So thanks for watching again, guys. That's been the whiteboard session about pain association and pleasure association. Always make the pain of something you're trying to get rid of bigger than the pleasure, and put in a reward system as well. Thanks for watching today. I'll see you all soon. See you on the live. Bye. End of the episode. It's still on.